already said it. I'm not fucking playing. You just tried to fucking run. You lucky I beat the shit out of you.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment, IG, TikTok, bottom of the video, and we just gonna hop right into it. So, today we will be talking about a video that went viral of the Maryland hairstylist dragging what we now know is a 15-year-old girl back into her shop. Now, when the video first went viral, it was just really viral because of what was actually happening in the video, like seeing somebody just get their ass dragged through the camera, which is crazy. So, but one, usually with a lot of videos like that, we get the backstory, and this one had a lot of backstory because the police got involved. So, like I said, the hairstylist dragged the hairstylist, and her name has become increasingly popular, Jayla Amora. She's a Maryland hairstylist. She dragged this little girl. I don't want to sit on the fact that hyper on the fact that she's a little girl, but she is 15. Back into the hairstyles because it is said that she tried to run off on payment for the hairstyle that she received. Now, the hairstyle was $150. Just keep that in mind. But it is said, or they said, that the brother was trying to actually before I say that, I know somebody who get retweets and shit like that. Usually do these things. You book with a card on fire, at least for a deposit, things like that, because obviously you can't, give somebody a cash deposit when they have a booking website and all that shit. You feel me? Like, so usually you have a card on file, things like that, just in case shit go wrong and other things. So, they get there, she does the service. The girl, supposedly she tries to pay, or she gets her brother, to send it to the cash app. Her brother sends it to the wrong cash app because supposedly there was hopefully, there was very, very, very similar names for the cash app. So, after all this happened, I don't know. They don't really have videos of the girl running, but so I don't know if she already, the girl, little, cause she's 15. You gotta think that, even though she's like, right from wrong and all that. But if you get in this situation, you still young as hell. Like, you gotta accept the fact she's 15. So what I'm saying, I don't know if the girl, after all, when it happened, she felt threatened and was like, oh, I'm gonna just try to get away because I did try to send the money, and hopefully that she wasn't gonna be on that, or the little girl was just like, oh, man, she doing too much. I didn't try it and get away. So I don't know. We don't know exactly what happened with the girl, but obviously right after that, she said she tried to run. As she runs, she drags her back into it. So, this is, and also she said that she tried to at least cut part of the style out because since she couldn't pay her for the service. So then, obviously, regular the cops are called. Now I'm pretty sure Jayla is the one who called the cops because she, was trying to, get her money and all that. So it's actually some videos of her. It's actually from Jayla's Instagram. She documented a lot of this like a fucking idiot. But but yeah, so it shows her, her interaction with the cops. She tells them not to press no charges on her. So it's one positive I can say about Jayla out this story. But yeah, basically, the cops come.
She telling me she want to fight. I can't believe this shit. I hear me saying I don't want to go forward. Y'all see her hair. I cut it out as much as I can. She can't go nowhere with that, so I don't care.
Okay, here you go.
I don't want to file no charges.
Okay,
she got that.
You can take this to thought if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. She got that. Y'all broke. That's okay. My other client right there. I'm about to make double that. You was supposed to pay me $150. Her remaining $250. It's nothing to no broke. Y'all broke, and that's okay.
All right, here you go.
She actually also, I'll put this in here. She actually ends up doing a motherfucking live TV interview.
She ran. Forget tried. She ran without paying me.
And then what did you do?
I dragged her by her hood back into the salon until I can get paid, or until the police come, or until she let me take out the service. Cause it's like she literally ran outside, like she was about to be gone. I feel like if I didn't do that, she would have been gone, and I would have just never been paid.
And a live TV interview, when you about to get criminally charged, it's very, very, very high on the list of shit you shouldn't fucking do. It's very, I think a lawyer who went to law school and graduated would tell you that is very high on the list of shit you should not do. Give a live TV interview when you may be under criminal investigation. I don't get it. But supposedly at the time when she did it, she didn't know she was being criminally charged for second degree assault. But now, like I said, the reason it has come out that now she is, for this incident, she is now being charged for second degree assault. So, first, the penalty that comes with second degree assault, a maximum is up to 10 years and or $25,000 fine. Now, as far as that, I definitely don't think she's going to do no jail time for dragging Shorty like that. But I definitely think it's gonna be a fine attached, maybe some, community service hours. But she only dragged her. She didn't really, punch the shit out of her like really intent. Somebody trying to, just keep beating the shit out you. I can see that being second degree assault and you get some time for that. But that, I wouldn't. That's not. I don't. Yeah, that's not punishable by jail time. Now, I will get my opinion a little later, but yeah, I just think that might, just end up with the fine. So I mean, staying out of jail would be a positive for anybody, but especially for her in this case. One thing I thought was absolutely ridiculous in this whole thing and why she dragging it is because, like I said, she had a card on file and she ends up later charging the card, talking about she just wanted to see if it go through and refunds it back. So now you could have just did that in the first place. First of all, if she was the smartest thing we did, if you wanted the least public, if you wanted the least altercation and the least shit going on, the smartest thing would have been to just charge the card on fire. You would have been let her leave peacefully and charge the card on fire because it went through. I didn't understand why you charged it and refunded it if you had already that's crazy to me. For you to go through that step, a normal business step, because I've seen that happen to plenty of people, especially when you don't go through with the service or late fees or something in the policy, something like that. Just charge the car, and you did that anyway and refunded it for a point. So that was dumb as hell to me. Um, Only thing about Jayla has been talking super, super, super crazy on the internet after all this happened. I'll put at least some screenshots I found of some of her, older stories like right after this happened of what's going on. Yeah, she's been talking really crazy. She's actually ended up locking her Twitter. Her TikTok's still up, but yeah. She also, if y'all don't know who Aunt Glizzy is, Aunt Glizzy, he used to run with Shy Glizzy, but she's kind of coming a own media personality of his own now, especially on YouTube. But he he actually, with his platform already, I know he got over 100,000 on subs on YouTube. I know at least that, and he got obviously some moving on TikTok and shit like that. So he asked to actually interview her because he's, this is Maryland, but he's from DC, so DC, Maryland, right there, DC, people try to do local news and stuff like that. So it made a lot of sense try to get her a platform to explain herself, even if people felt she was right or wrong. And she ended up, just basically being like she wasn't on that, and she basically tried to, clown my man's, and then he basically, she tweeted, actually, let me say that right. She tweeted, it was like his rent must be due, and then he explained everything, and then he was like, I'll put the tweets up here. I'm not reading that shit because it kind of goes into my opinion as well. So I'm not going to read the tweets, but y'all can stop and put it up here. So, yeah. And another thing with her, it seems like she is a habitual assaulter. I don't know how else to say that, but she's a habitual assaulter because she actually already had 3 second degree assault charges in Hyattsville, Maryland, from October. And she has her hearing is scheduled March 18th, so we'll probably get a lot more details about those actually. So we'll probably get a lot more details about those assaults along with that one because she's probably just gonna get charged with, not charged, but they probably gonna try her for like 4 assaults at least at a point, depending how niggas do it. But she's the client and the mother are also also suing her civilly, so she gonna lose some money from that. But usually how these things go, lawyers probably try to put a pause on it and, a pause on the civil proceedings, for the criminal proceedings first, because you don't want to tell on yourself in criminal court. You don't want to say something in criminal court that might not hurt you in criminal court, but it end up hurting your pockets in civil court as well. So you don't want to do that. So they'll probably end up, holding those proceedings until after she is, criminally tried. But now I just get into my opinion on this whole situation. Now, I think, I get understanding, trying to get your money, all that. You don't want niggas to, try to hold, because she's probably thinking, if I let this girl run off, it's gonna be a thing around the city that I'm letting motherfuckers run off from. Niggas gonna keep trying to run off on me. So I get that thinking, but I felt like it was dumb as hell. One, she's 15. I know you ain't know her age, but one, like what Aunt Glizzy said, it was $150, and now you got an assault charge with one that might be a $2,500 fine if you get convicted. On top of the bond money you might have to end up paying. She said, and assault charges are like probably gonna run you like $10,000-$15,000 bond, so you gonna have to end up paying like maybe, and then you got to pay lawyers, defense lawyers to start on top of that. So you probably gonna end up, at least with the lawyers shit, you might end up paying over $10,000 for a case when it was really over $150 at the end of the day. So just for the monetary value in that, I felt like it was stupid. As well as, this is not a great look on a business owner, because if their client story is 100% true, other people not gonna want to come back to you, because it's like, okay, yeah, she made a simple mistake, and it ended up being you getting dragged everywhere virally on the internet. It's on the news, it's on Twitter. Like, you're getting dragged virally because over $150 when it was really a simple mistake. So that's why I feel like it was very stupid. I do think she might have, besides just doing that, she might have won from this though. And besides, hopefully she don't get convicted for her sake. But the reason I say she might have won for this, because if you go look at her TikTok, her numbers have jumped and went up from this. Her popularity, like the fact, I have never seen someone get a viral clip like this and their name be out there so much. Like, usually it would have, like most headlines, it would have been like, oh, Maryland hairstylist here. Like, people were actually saying Amora. Like, her name is out there everywhere. Her TikTok has jumped. And I think part of that is her, because she was talking crazy after it happened. But when you got virality like that, and niggas who at least trying to tune niggas, some people are on her side, so some people gonna fuck with that. You can turn that into more. You hopefully she bounced back from. I'm hoping for her. She bounced back from this, and use that to maybe just become be able to sell more of her hairstyles, maybe get bigger clients, so you get celebrity clients that pay more, or whatever the fuck. But I do think that she might win from this, because her clout has went up like exponentially. So shit. But yeah, I think it was just it's funny, but it's not funny because little girl got dragged. But yeah, it was a crazy ass situation. So like, share, subscribe, comment, IG, TikTok, bottom video, and we out.